virtually every American record or U.S. Open short course yard record had come from this aquatic center. So fire up, kids. We're going to be fast today. And appropriately enough, we're going to begin with 3 swimmers from the University of Minnesota. As we begin the competition prelim session this morning with event 27, the women's 200-yard backstroke. Heat 1. In lane 3 is Cami Perriott. Lane 4, Mira Keller. And lane 5, Caleb Barr. Mira and Cami both low 58s. This is Cami's first 200 back of the season. Normally a sprinter, and she'll be doubling into the 100 freestyle a little bit later. She's also an outstanding backstroker and looking pretty good for a first run at a 200 today. I am her Kayla Barr in lane 5, working on her back and looking at about a 205 for Kayla. Mira's going to be very close to 2 minutes. And under, there it is, 158.07. And Cami 200.50. Big drop for Mira Keller. Heat 2. Swimming in lane 1 for Rutgers, Roxy Dugan. In lane 2, Rutgers, Angelica Bath. Lane 3 for UNLV is Grace Wharton. In lane 5 from Harvard, Kylie Wilhelm. Lane 6 for Minnesota, Elise Jacobs. Lane 7 for Rutgers, Grace Hagemeister. And lane 8 for Minnesota, Peyton Ross. Kylie, our number 6 seed. That's Kylie in lane 5. In the black cap, to those of you tuning in on the YouTube channel, Gene K. Freeman channel on YouTube. And she is well on her way to a very comfortable 157 low, which would be her best. And 157.25. Heat 3. Swimming in lane 1 for Denver, Maria Del Monte. In lane 2 for Harvard is Anya Mostek. Lane 3, she had a breakthrough 100 yesterday. In the back, from Minnesota, Finley Jollins. Lane 4, our number 2 seed from Cal, Ella Cosgrove. Lane 5, also from Cal. She's the number 5 seed coming in, Finley Anderson. Lane 6 from UNLV, Helena Monrichard. Lane 7 for the Gophers from Minnesota's Faith Johnson. And lane 8 from Rutgers, Catherine Lang. At the 150, about a 3/4 of a body length lead for Anya Mostek of Harvard. And she is on her way to a mid 156. And a pretty sweet second 50 for both Ella and Finley. 56.4, 156.8 for Anya. And it looks like the bubble just got a little faster. Heat 4. Lane 1 from Denver, Nika Spihar. Lane 2 from Cal is Jessica Davis. Lane 3 also from Denver, Mina Ada Soliker. In lane 4, our top seed, currently ranked 10th in Division 1 in this event from Cal, is Tegan Odell. Lane 5, from Minnesota, the Gopher School record holder in the 100, Ava Yablonsky. Lane 6, Denver's Darian Kohler. Lane 7 from Denver, Lily Zippel. And lane 8, another pioneer, Samantha Sinsvold. And Tegan with a nice lead, but swimming very comfortably. She'll be about a 154 to slide into the lane 4 in the A final. Turning second, Ava Yablonsky. Ava on her way to about a 158. If she could get this last 50 back, and that is going to be right on the bubble. And Tegan a 54.7. Ava 158.63. And now we move on to the men's 200 backstroke. Heat 1. Lane 3, we have Matt Getch of California. And lane 5, Ian Steffen of Minnesota. Ian Steffen of the Gophers, 5th on the all-time list in Minnesota in this event. And Ian, the nice 145.59. Max 146.1. Heat 2. Swimming in lane 1, from Harvard celebrated a birthday yesterday. Nicola Wench. In lane 2 from UNLV, Wikas Potgard. Lane 3 from Cal is Kenneth Barnacle. Lane 4 is our number 3 seed, also from Cal, Casper Pugard. Lane 5 from Minnesota, 400 IMer, Alberto Hernandez Garcia. Lane 6 from Denver, Liam Simmons. Lane 7 from Harvard, Merit Iravul. Here are the qualifiers in the women's 2-back. Second alternate, Grace Hagenmeister. First alternate, Catherine Lang. Qualifying into the C final. In 24th, Kayla Barr. 23, Mina Edusoliker. 22, Lily Zippel. 21, Goksku Dokan. 20th, Peyton Moss. 19, Samantha Sinsvold. 18, Maria Del Monte. And 17, Nika Spihar. Into the B final. 16, Finley Jollins. 15, Elise Jacobs. 14, Cami Perriott. 13, Jessica Davis. 12, Darian Kohler. 11, Faith Johnson. 10, Elena Monrichard. And 9, Ava Jablonski. Into the A final. In 8th, Angelica Bath. Grace Wharton. Mira Keller. Kylie Wilhelm in 5th, but showing an intent to scratch. So everybody behind her moves up. 4th, Anya Mostek. 3rd, Finley Anderson. 2nd, Ella Cosgrove. And our top qualifier going 154.7 this morning from Cal, Tegan Odell. The time is 10:16. And we will close this event at 10:45. And swimmers and coaches, be aware that there is one intent to scratch out of Heat 1. This is Heat 3. In lane 1, Noah Laird of Denver. Lane 2, also from Denver, Mason Bruin. And in lane 3, one more from Denver, Quinn Collins. Lane 4 is our number 2 seed. He is an NCAA cut coming in, Humberto Nayera of California. Lane 5 from Minnesota, Ryan Slonik. Lane 6 from Cal, Edward Huang. Lane 7 from Harvard is Eric Lee. And lane 8 from Minnesota, Oliver Schimberg. Dardieta in lane 4, very comfortably on his way to about a 144. Ryan Slonik now moving up to take over second in the heat. Ryan, number 3 on the all-time list at the Gophers 2-back. Looking to punch his ticket to the A final, and there's a pair of 145s. Heat 4. Lane 1 from Cal, Ian Platts-Mills. Lane 3 from Minnesota, Ethan Kosin. Lane 4 from Cal, our top seed, and he brings an NCAA cut of 140.3 into the meet. This is Keaton Jones. Lane 5 from Harvard, Adriano Ariati. Lane 6 from Cal, Tommy Roeder. Lane 7, Denver's Max Roslin. And in lane 8 from Denver, Kurt Owens. Keaton's 140.3, currently the 17th ranked two back in the NCAA. And he looks like he's going to be right about 140. Looking pretty strong. And we'll see if he brings up the legs or if he just looks to lock down lane 4 in the finals. 140.76. Nice morning swim for Keaton Jones. And now we move on to event 29, the women's 100-yard freestyle. We have 5 heats. Heat 1. In lane 3 from Rutgers, Talia Smith. Lane 4 from Denver, Julia Saxman. And in lane 5, her Pioneer teammate, Allie Bay. And a 50.9. Nice time drop for Julia. Heat 2. In lane 1, Sienna Nitke, Denver. Lane 2, Anais Lamotibert, Denver. Lane 3, Kristen Hakanadaughter, Harvard. Lane 4, Isabella Alas, Harvard. 5, Jillian Ruffner of Rutgers. Lane 6, Casey Zentz, Rutgers. Lane 7, Kaylee McDonald, Harvard. And lane 8, Blythe Wecklewick of Harvard. And Blythe, the outside smoke, drops under 50. Big drop for Blythe. Heat 3. Now into our circle seated heats. We'll keep an eye on the 48-6 NCAA cut time. Lane 1, Tanaya Witter, Denver. Lane 2, Charlotte Burnham, Cal. Lane 3, Sydney Gerskavage, Cal. Lane 4, number 3 seed, Olympic gold medal winner, Claire Weinstein. Lane 5 for for Minnesota, Morgan Thomas. Slip of the brain. Lane 6, Cal's Grayson Aquino. Lane 7, Rutgers, Chiara Alberti. And lane 8, Harvard, Sarah Beckman. And Claire pulls away to a 48.69. Sydney with a nice 49.3 and Morgan 49.4. Heat 4. In lane 1, Brooke Thompson, Tire of Rutgers. Lane 3, Anna Vlachau of Rutgers. Lane 4, Mary Umbre Mulla, Cal. Lane 5, Erica Carlson of UNLV. Lane 6, Paige Maureen, Minnesota. Lane 7, Izzy Burton of Denver. And lane 8, Emiliana Gonzalez of Rutgers. And Mary Umbre, fastest time so far, 48.1. Not far off of her seed time of 47.98. Heat 5. In lane 1, Angie Wyand of Denver. Lane 2, Annie Gia of Cal. Lane 3, Libby Weiner, Minnesota. Lane 4, top seed, Mia West of Cal. Lane 5, Mina Kalievic of Minnesota. Lane 6, Maria Fernanda Hernandez Guerra, Las Vegas. Lane 7, Anya Kalyevic of Minnesota. And lane 8, Anya's teammate Jade Roger, Minnesota. And Mia cruising 48.79. Be interesting to see how this all stacks out. We've got a whole mess of 48s. And speaking of qualifiers, men's 200 backstroke into the C final, 24th, Noah Laird, 23rd, Nico Hench, 22nd, Mason Bruin, 21, Oliver Schimberg, 20, Liam Simmons, 19, Merritt Itavul, 18, Kurt Owens, 17, Max Roslin. Into the B final, 16, Quinn Collins, 15, Wikas Potgeider, 14, Edward Huang, 13, Eric Lee, 12, Max Getch, 11, Ian Platts-Mills, 10, Kenneth Barnacle, and 9, Ethan Kosine. Into the A final tonight, in 8th, Ian Steffen, 7, Ryan Slonik, 6, Humberto Nayara, 5th, Alberto Hernandez Garcia, 4th, Tommy Roeder, 3rd, Adriano Ariati, 2nd, Casper Pugard, and our top qualifier going 140.76 this morning from Cal is Keaton Jones. The time is 10:31, and this event will close at 11:01. Ready now for event 30, the men's 100-yard freestyle. He won. In lane 2, Baden Todd of Denver. Lane 3, Oliver Pilkington, Harvard. Lane 4, Dylan Meese of Denver. Lane 5, Pierce Bickerton, Denver. Lane 6, another pioneer, Ben Stone. And lane 7, from Minnesota, Jackson Schreiber. And a nice last 50 for Oliver Pilkington, and a 44.9. Heat 2. In lane 1, Ethan Shippen in Minnesota. Lane 2, Anders Asters of Harvard. Lane 3, Davide Harabagiu, Minnesota. Lane 4, Paxton McMullen of Cal. Lane 5, Andrew Hallett, Cal. And lane 7, Tommy Hancock of Denver. And a 43.6 for Thaxton McMullen. And a 43.65 for Andrew Hallett. Heat 3. In lane 1 from Minnesota, Connor Groya. Lane 2, Mari Gatner of Harvard. Lane 3, J.D. Thuman, Cal. Lane 4, Luca Battaglia of Cal. Lane 6, Evan Crowley of Harvard. And lane 7, Mauro Miknik of Harvard. Luca having a good weekend. 20 flat on the way out. This might be a high 42. A low 42. 42.16. Nice morning swim for Luca. Heat 4. Lane 1, Jaden Edmondson, Minnesota. Lane 2, David Greeley of Harvard. Lane 3, Colby Hatton, California. Lane 5, Samuel Quarles of Cal. Lane 6, Ryan Erisman, California. Lane 7, Omar Abdelwahab, Minnesota. And lane 8, Martija Pantic of Denver. Second 42, 42.88. That's a water banger for sure. Heat 5. In lane 1, Jack Brown from Cal. Lane 2, Evan Petty, Cal. Lane 3, Sonny Wang of Harvard. Lane 4 is our top seed, Nans Mazelier of California. Lane 5, though, leading at the 50, Martin Reedy, his Cal teammate. Lane 6 from the UNLV, Emil Jose Perez Avilla. And lane 7 from Cal, Dar Lavrenko. And lane 8 from Denver, Hamish McClellan. And Martin Reedy, 42.76. 42.92 for Evan Petty. And Sonny Wang of Harvard just over 43. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the qualifiers for the women's 100-yard freestyle. Our second alternate, Jade Roger. First alternate, Tanaya Winter. Into the C final. In 24, Izzy Burton. 23, Chiara Alberti. 22, Emiliana Gonzalez. 21, Kaylee McDonald. 20, Julia Saxman. 19, Paige Maureen. 18, Isabella Alas. and 17, Sarah Beckman. Into tonight's B final, 16, Anya Kaljevik. 15, Christian Hakanerdottir. 14, Charlotte Burnham. 13, Livy Wanner. 12, Maria Fernanda Mendez Guerra. 11, Blythe Wecklowick. 10, Annie Chia. And 9th, Grace Aquino. Into tonight's A final. 8th, Morgan Thomas, tied for 6th, Sydney Griskavage and Anna Vlako. 5th, Mina Kaljevik. 4th, Erica Carlson. 3rd, Mia West. 2nd, Claire Weinstein. And our top qualifier going 48.10 from Cal, Mary Ambre Mulla. Time is 10:40. And this event will close at 11:10. And we are ready now for the women's 200 breaststroke. E1. In lane 1, from Denver, Isabella Cardenas. Lane 2, from Harvard, Carolina Daher. In lane 3, from Minnesota, Grace Drabot. In lane 4, number 3 seed, she's from Cal, Ellie Scott. In lane 6, from Harvard, Stephanie Yanakani. And in lane 7, from Rutgers, Ava Kirkovitz. Here are the qualifiers in the men's 100 free. Second alternate, Tommy Hancock. First alternate, Oliver Pilkington. Into the C final. In 24th, Davide Harabajiu. 23, Omar Abdelwahab. 22, Connor Groya. 21, Jaden Edmondson. 20, Mattia Pentic. 19, Evan Crowley. 18, Jack Brown. 17, Mare Gatner. Into the B final tonight, 16, Ryan Arisman. 15, Dar Lavrenko. 14, Emil Jose Perez Avila. 13, Hamish McClellan. 12, Mauro Miknik. 11, David Greeley. 10th, J.D. Thuman. And 9th, Andrew Hallett. Into the A final. In 8th, Thaxton McMullen. 7, Nans Mazelier. 6th, Sonny Wang. 5th, Samuel Quarles. 4th, Evan Petty. 3rd, Colby Hatton. 2nd, Martin Reedy. And our top qualifier swimming at 42.16 this morning from California, Luca Battaglia. Time is 10:42. This event will close at 11:12. And here comes Grace Drabot. And Grace, 2-second PR, season PR, and a 2:13.43. Heat 2. In lane 1, from Rutgers, Holland Spangler. Lane 2, from Harvard, Eliana Marakovic. Lane 3, from Minnesota, Emma Fellman. Lane 4, number 2 seed is from Cal, Abigail Hersku. Lane 5, from Denver, Peyton Maloney. Lane 6 from Harvard, Gabby Augustine. And lane 7 from Minnesota, Ava Goodnow. Holland Spangler. I'm sorry, this is Elena Marakovic of Harvard. Out in a pretty salty 103, first 100. And Elena looking like she's going to make it stand up. And a nice 2:12.5. 5-second drop for Elena as she jumps to the top of the leaderboard. 12:89 for Abigail Hersku. And a mid-fifth 13 for Gabby Augustine. Heat 3. Lane 1 from Rutgers is Emily Wachansky. Lane 2 from Minnesota, Georgia Kaler. Lane 3, your Gopher teammate, Kira Mullins. In lane 4 is our top seed. She won the 100 breaststroke yesterday and brings a cut time in today from Cal, Celia Slingskadli. Lane 5 from Cal, Ariella Brotman. Lane 6 from Cal, Alexa McDevitt. And lane 7 of the Denver Pioneers is Zoe Lynch. Celia turning at 103. Kira Mullins of Minnesota right behind. Georgia Kaler also turning under 104. And it looks like the door to the finals, the A final, is going to be wide open here. As Celia posts at 2:14. Kira at 2:15. Reminder to coaches that time trial requests will be due at the completion of this next event, the men's 200 breaststroke. So coaches, once again, if you have requests for time trials, they must be in following or before the end of Heat 3 here in event 32, which is next up, the men's 200-yard breaststroke. Heat 1. Swimming in lane 1 in Heat 1 for Minnesota, Zed Warren. In lane 2 for Denver, Coda Cleese. In lane 4, number 3 seed Hank Rivers of California. Lane 5 from Denver, Keto Campbell. Lane 6 from Minnesota, Jack Hackler. And lane 8 from Minnesota, Jack Ballard. And Hank, 156.13. His best time by a little less than a second and a half. Best time this year, that is. Heat 2. In lane 1, Vito Rados of Harvard. Lane 2, Thomas Tritter, Denver. Lane 3, Max Shire, Minnesota. Lane 4, Zachary Tan, California. Lane 6, Lars Antonia of Cal. Lane 7, Luke Mahalik of Minnesota. And in lane 8, from Minnesota, swimming his first 2 breaststroke of the year, Joe Poyak. A reminder, coaches, that time trial requests are due after Heat 3 in this event. Here are the qualifiers for the women's 200 breaststroke. Qualifying into the C final at 19, Isabella Cardenas. 11th, Zoe Lynch. 17th, Emily Vochansky. Into tonight's B final, 16, Holland Spangler. 15, Ava Juracek. Drewitz. 14, Ariel Brotman. 13, Georgia Kaler. 12, Emma Fellman. 11, Peyton Maloney. 10, Carolina Daher. And 9, Stephanie Yanakani. Into the A final. In 8th, Alexa McDevitt. 7, Kira Mullins. 6th, Celia Singstadley. 5th, Ellie Scott. 4th, Gabby Augustine. 3rd, Grace Draybot. 2nd is Abigail Hirskew. And our top qualifier coming in at 212.53 from Harvard, Eliana Harakovic. Time is 10:55 on the button. This event will close at 11:25. And Joe Poyak, a little outside smoke, closes out his 200 breaststroke at 157.6. Heat 3. Lane 1, Sam Baker of Denver. Lane 2 from Harvard, Eric Lee. Lane 3 from Denver, Nico Morton. Lane 4, top seed. He's got his NCAA cut already and then some. 100 breaststroke champ from yesterday from Cal, Yamato Okadome. Lane 5 from Harvard, Joshua Chen. Lane 6 from Minnesota, Tyler Hansen. Lane 7 from UNLV, Ty Schneider. And lane 8, going out like a NASA rocket ship from Cal, Luca Gissendaner. (53-1) for Yamato at the 100. Luca 54-7 at the 100. And Yamato 154.06. Very comfortable swim. Joshua Chen 155.87. Nice 2-second drop for Joshua. Tyler Hansen of Minnesota, a big drop. 3 seconds off of his as he goes under 2. Coaches, just a reminder once again, the time trial request window is now closed. We are ready now for event 33, women's 200-yard butterfly. Heat 1. In lane 1 from Harvard, Davina Huang. Lane 2 from Rutgers, Cam Kuriger. In lane 3 from Harvard, Sydney Liu. In lane 4 is our number 3 seed from Minnesota, Rachel Conley. Lane 6 is her Gopher teammate, Peyton Ross. And in lane 7, also from Minnesota, Claire Reinke. Lane 8 from Cal, Mia West. Here are the qualifiers for the men's 200 breaststroke. Qualifying into the C final in 21st, Thomas Tritter. 20, Luke Mahalik. 2019, Liko Vito Rados. 18, Sam Baker. 17, Jack Ballard. Into the B final. 16, Luca Gessendonner. 15, Zed Warren. 14, Jack Hackler. 13, Coda Cleese. 12, Ty Schneider. 11, Keto Campbell. 10, Zachary Tan. And 9th, Tyler Hansen. Into tonight's A final. In 8th, Eric Lee. 7, Nico Morton. 6th, Max Shire. 5th, Lars Antoniak. 4th, Joe Poyak. 3rd, Hank Rivers. 2nd, Joshua Chen. And our top qualifier going 154.06. He's from Cal, Yamato Okadome. Time is 11:01. This event will close at 11:31. And Mia outside smoking in lane 8, 158.7. Heat 2. In lane 1 from UNLV is Cameron Mikkonen. Lane 2, Denver's Sabrina Rakaiban. Lane 3 from Harvard, Kylie Wilhelm. In lane 4, our number 2 seed. She's got an NCAA cut time already from California, Ava Chavez. Lane 5 from Rutgers, Anna Hazelhurst. In lane 6 from UNLV, Rachel Wigington. Lane 7 from Harvard, Kenzie Padilla. And lane 8 from Harvard, Ro Dudevois. Ava on track for perhaps a 155 and a very comfortable trip to the middle of the A final. And a sneaky good swim underway in lane 1 for UNLV's Cameron McCannon. There's a 156.28. That's her season's best for Ava. Heat 3. In lane 2 from Denver, Julia Saxman. Lane 3 from Harvard, Hazel Mohidin. Sorry, Hazel. Lane 4 is our number 1 seed, currently 6th in the country in this event, from Cal, Lilu Resencourt. In lane 5 is her teammate, Catherine Hazel. Lane 6 from Rutgers, Blanca Berek. Lane 7 is a pass here this morning, and lane 8 from Rutgers, Elena Ling. And Lily on her way to about a 157, maybe even a 158. And she looks like she's going to hit the wall with a pulse rate of about 80. 158.9. Our next event is the men's 200-yard butterfly. We have 3 heats. He won. In lane 1 from California is Carter Lancaster. Lane 2 from Denver, Max O'Neill. Lane 3, Harvard's Adriano Ariati. Lane 4, his teammate David Schmidt. Lane 5 from Cal, Matteo Palmisani. Lane 6, Harvard's Richard Poplawski. Lane 7 from Minnesota, Daniel Eichel. And lane 8 from Cal, Caden Bowers. Here are the qualifiers in the women's 2-fly. Into the C final, 21, Ro Dudevois. 20, Elena Ling. 19, Claire Reinke. 18, Peyton Ross. 17, Davina Huang. 16, into the B final tonight, 16, Cam Curriger. 15, Anna Hazelhurst. 14, Sabrina Rikaiban. 13, Julia Saxman. 12, Kenzie Padilla. 11, Catherine Hazel. 10, Cameron Mikkonen. And 9, Rachel Connolly. Into tonight's A final. 8, Rachel Wigington. 7, Hazel Mahidin. 6, Blanca Barek. 5th, Sydney Liu. 4th, Kylie Wilhelm. 3rd, Mia West. 2nd, Leah Lilu Resencourt. And our top qualifier at 56.28 from Cal, Ava Chavez. Time is 11:10. This event will close at 11:40. Heat 2. In lane 1, Denver's Mason Bruin. Lane 2, Mason's teammate, Ian O'Neill. Lane 3, Ian Bellflower of UNLV. Lane 4, number 2 seed. He's got a cut time already. Casper Pugard of Cal. And lane 5 from Las Vegas, Colby Raphael. The NCAA qualifying time is a 1:43.79. And Colby going out like they give gold medals at the 150. He's got a good one going here. Only came in at 146. We're going to see that seed time go sayonara. 144.42. But first to the wall, his teammate Ian Bellflower, 144.32. Heat 3. In lane 1, Jaden Edmondson, Minnesota. Lane 2, Denver's Gabe Jones. Lane 3 from Minnesota, Alberto Hernandez Garcia. Lane 4, the Gopher School record holder in this event, our number 1 seed with a cut, Jacob Johnson. In lane 5 from Harvard, Anjan Filipovic. Lane 6 also from Harvard, Merritt Idavul. And in lane 7 from Denver, Brandon Saidi. Jacob was an A finalist at the NCAAs last year in this event. Jacob got his way to a very comfortable 142. And a 141.78. And that ties him for 18th on the Division I list. And that concludes our morning session. And there are no time trials, so that concludes our morning. The 1650 heats will begin at 3 o'clock p.m.